Hello! Back at it again, and I didn't plug in my controller. God dang it. Give me one sec while I get this going. I'm gonna have to stay on this screen for a minute because, in my experience, when you, or at least with the way the YouTube uploads have been going, if I tab over to this too early, YouTube thumbnail generation really, really likes the Wii, like, health and safety warning screens for some reason, and yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's not something I really want to have happen. There we go. I would have said beautiful, but then the friggin' my channel switched over to the wrong one. I guess I don't know. Sometimes my mic is pretty good despite being a USB mic, but sometimes the friggin' audio channels get mixed up and OBS doesn't recognize it. I don't know, I'm rambling. Today, we're gonna be continuing with Chapter 4. I know I said I was maybe thinking about continuing this last week, but, then I ended up having to work overtime for a decent amount of last week, and that entire plan got scrapped. But we're here now, that's okay. Let's get into it.
Tibarn's party takes a long, circuitous route, leading them east around Lake Semper. The Hawk King's company includes Queen Alincia of Crimea, her trusted aide Lucia, the Heron Prince Racin, the Laguz warrior Ranulf, Dayan's King Peleus, and the Queen Mother Almeida. While they receive reports from the other two groups about the Disciples of Order, they have encountered no resistance and have thus far traveled in peace.
Chapter 2, Silent World. Bit of a litmus test for me today. King Tibarn, Queen Alincia, we may need to halt for a bit. Why? What's the problem? We have some stragglers lagging behind. You mean Almeida and Peleus are slowing us down again? We have to reach the Tower of Guidance as soon as possible. We can't have them always hampering our progress. But we have no idea when the Disciples of Order might attack. We need to keep everyone together, for safety's sake. Racin! We'll rest here. You can land and give your wings a break. Racin, I remember when a trip like this would have exhausted you. I'm impressed at how well you're handling it. Yes, Physically, I'm quite healthy, but I can't say I'm really happy about that. Why would that be? We of the Heron clan can feel the energies of others. In times of war, negative energy is dominant, and we sicken. Now that all of the people have been turned to stone, the energy is gone, and physically I feel much better. It's unsettling to feel healthy and know that the reason is such a sad one. It's a terrible irony. We finally have the peace that we've been praying for at the cost of all freedom everywhere. Could this truly be the world that the goddess Ashura wants for us? No, this is the world she had to give us after we ruined hers. Ah, welcome back. Any sign of the Disciples of Order? Unfortunately, no. I don't like this. Why are they leaving us alone? I'm not sure I see the problem, Tabarn. If they're going to let us stroll on through, I won't complain. Not me. Right or wrong, I would prefer a stand-up fight. Right now, even. What are you saying, Tabarn? How could you wish that upon us? I don't understand you. Right now, the world is calm, peaceful, almost eerily so. It almost feels uncomfortable. If this goes on, we might relax, lose our edge. I'm worried that we'll get careless. Everyone, let's get one thing perfectly clear here. This isn't a natural peace, it's Ashura's work. Don't forget for an instant that the world isn't supposed to be like this. It should be noisy, vibrant, chaotic. You're right. A peace built on this sacrifice of so many lives is monstrous and unjust. It cannot be allowed to stand. I didn't mean that I'm losing motivation to save the petrified people. It's just that, before we started talking about it, I was feeling complacent. Is it just me? Spirit of order is hanging heavy across the land. When we fight, we get a dose of chaos, which may help us get us back in touch with our true selves. If our enemy has also figured that out, it might explain why they're staying away. Peleus, dear, how are you feeling? Mother, I'm fine. Please stop asking after my health. But you're so pale, darling. You were always such a sickly little boy. You should rest a while. We can't have you exhausting yourself. No, Mother. If we stop walking now, we would slow the others. Never mind them, sweetheart. They can wait. You should take a nice rest under that tree. Son, remember that you are a scion of both Dane's and Goldoa's royal families. You are more important than any of these peasants. Bold of you to say that when half the party is royalty at this point. The others can certainly wait for you. Don't spare a single thought for them. Let go of me. Leave me alone. Mother? Peleus. I'm sorry, Mother. Peleus, wait! Peleus! Half the time I'd say I can't even really blame the kid, but I don't know, he's not even here in this group, so frick if I know. So anyway, this is part of the reason that I was a little bit worried about stuff, because I'm looking at my roster here, and basically everybody that's below the line here is bad to completely undeployable. This is really the roster where at least when I was doing the party management, I know I mentioned that this group is very self-sufficient out of the gate, but I'm kind of wondering, I'm kind of questioning the validity of that statement right now. I think the main reason I was thinking that is just because, like, I was looking at, especially Tabarn and Elincia, and thinking, like, yeah, these two can handle themselves, no problem. Rayson's also always good to have around, speaking of which. Might have noticed that Elincia's inventory is looking a bit barren. I'm gonna need to fix that. Not in terms of equipment, the Amity Sword is basically so self-sufficient. It's unlimited use that it's basically the most self-sufficient weapon in the entire game. The defensive buffs help a lot as well. The real problem is, if I can scroll over to it, this. Mercy. Allows an enemy unit to retain 1 HP when the unit receives a lethal blow. Note the wording here. That's not a skill percent chance or anything like that. It is guaranteed. First thing I'm going to want to do is, and I hate that the game does this, we're going to take this off immediately. Plus that frees me up to put down whatever I want. I'm thinking Paragon, if I'm being honest. Or Imbue, now that I think about it. Because I don't know if Imbue and Renewal stack, but Elincia gets a ton of utility out of Imbue. Because that's effectively restoring half of her HP pool per turn. I don't know if that stacks, and if it doesn't, I'm probably going to want to get Renewal onto somebody else. Possibly, like, I don't know. Ulti or Jannath can benefit from it, because their skill sets are already pretty self-sufficient. Renulf's another unit that I'm not really sure what I want to do with him right now. He doesn't... I might just sink the bonus XP into him, throw a Satori sign on him, and call it a day, and I think I'm going to do that right away. Might seem like a bit of a pointless investment, but I definitely need everybody that's available to be pulling their weight right now. I mean, that's skill plus 2, I'll take it. That's, yeah, again, we got strength and skill plus 2 out of that, I can't complain. The magic growth is hilarious, but also completely pointless. Anyway, they're giving frickin' Satori signs away in packages of cereal, so this seems like a worthwhile investment. This is one of the main reasons that, at least on normal mode, because I have so much bonus XP, I can afford to do this. Red. That's fun. That's a pretty fun skill. What it does is, it effectively, as you can see here, inflicts damage at 5 times strength and paralyzes the enemy for a turn. I believe that's after I believe that's after that takes into account, stats when transformed, because I don't think you can trigger this unless you're transformed. Now, the other piece of this is, other piece of the puzzle here is, I believe I have, let me go over the skills real quick. Yes, I do have Wild Heart. Nice, it's 10. So, normally I wouldn't do this. I have kind of bemoaned this skill's utility, or lack thereof in some cases, but I think for Cat Lagoos, it's particularly good. It doesn't even fill up the gauge, which doesn't really mean much, but I wanted to be able to equip this, but only by also equipping Quick Claw, or keeping Quick Claw on Renulf at the same time. The reason being is that he won't get the full stat increases across the board, but it does increase his survivability to the point where he's actually going to be pretty useful as kind of a shock trooper in the battles up ahead, and I do not need that gauge depleting at the wrong time. So, I'm hoping this is a good decision. It might not be, but you never know. Plus, once you hit level 30 as a Lagoos unit, you don't really need to get XP anymore anyway. These two are pretty much ready to go. They both have Terror, they're both ready to rock and roll. I haven't even talked about Tabarn yet, who, like, good grief, like, this is... the skills alone are gonna give me a lot to talk about, but... I'll worry about that in a minute. I'm gonna worry about my Bjork units right now, so... Tyranio's another unit that he's... If you remember from back at the beginning of Part 4, he's force deployed into this army. And I basically, again, need to take advantage of him as much as possible. Because he did get some okay level ups, and his stats are fairly decent across the board. I really, really want to take advantage of that at this point. Normally I wouldn't, but he's kind of just raring to go right away, so why not? Same thing goes for Lucia. Not the best Swordmaster, just in terms of overall, like, just usefulness long-term, but we need all the help we can get, so just gonna be taking advantage of that. The other thing I'm gonna do is, who has the lowest resistance? You have 15, same as Tyranio. Renulf has 20 when transformed. Elincia obviously is... give me that. You are never allowed to see that again. 16... Kiran's another unit that I'm gonna bring in. I think I'm gonna give Kiran a Pure Water. In fact, he might benefit from some bonus experience in addition to Pure Water, because His defense his stats are salvageable. I think I overrated Danbet a little bit, mainly because 15 defense is just too little at this point in the game, but I'm thinking that even if Kiran ends up in a position where he kind of ends up being a bit of a glass cannon, I think I can kind of salvage him and have him frontline a little bit. That's the main thing I'm worried about for this map, is I don't have enough units that can reliably frontline. Braum also can in a pinch. He will get doubled, but with 26 defense, he might not actually have that big of a problem. I haven't used him, I think, since 3-5, but... I mean, there's a world in which he could come in handy if need be. I think I have the deployment slots for him. Then we get to Aaron, who I need to give him all of his stuff back. I don't think the Horse Slayer is a ton of utility, but I'll worry about that in a minute. We've got Steel Lances and Great Lances, and sadly we don't have anything like a killer weapon we can give him, but I'll look into that. I've basically given him everything that he needs to be ready for battle in the upcoming map. I would like a Steel Great Lance instead of that Iron Great Lance, but I think I can make it work. Aaron is my real, like, ace in the sleeve with this group, because he's done exceptionally well so far, and I think really has the chance to just skyrocket ahead of the rest of his competition on these next couple maps. In fact, I may have overrated how much he could potentially do in the future, but we'll see. And Laura's just coming along for support. Oh, that's where his stuff went. Go figure. With Alencia pulling a lot of actual offense duties, Laura's going to be our primary healer, and I'm mainly going to be using Alencia as a backup. That's what I was missing, is like a med staff, for instance. The other ones are kind of pointless. I don't think I need, I might bring along a physics staff as kind of like a just in case, but I don't think I'm going to be using it very often. Those other two staffs are pretty much going to be carrying themselves. Or, you know what I mean. They're going to be doing most of the heavy lifting. Now, as for these, I thought I had 4 Master Crowns for some reason. But I was thinking about using one on Aaron just so that I can get a Sentinel out of the gate right away, but I think I'm going to let him level up naturally. Although I am still going to do this, because... He's got all of his primary stats capped at this point, and I think he just capped speed, so... Just let me do this, and then hopefully he'll get a bit of a boost out of it. Especially, I just recognized I think now he capped speed. Yeah, he did. 26 must be this guy's lucky number. I mean, look at that. That's ridiculous. Although, he has 20... 25 is very low defense. The other thing I'm going to do is... I think I'm going to give him I'm going to give him one of these as well. There's some particularly nasty mage reinforcements on this map, and I want to make sure that I can deal with them without too much of a hassle. I also only have 1 arm scroll. That could be problematic down the line, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. And then for these two... Does Renulf have a... Yeah, he's got 1 brass. He doesn't need any of these, so... Ulti can get 1, and then I think I'm going to have Janat take another. There we go. Normally I'd trade those back between them, but I'm going to need all of my Laguz units to have full gauges as fast as humanly possible. The first few turns here are going to be a little bit rough, but I think the units that I have available to me are going to be up to the challenge. Although I am going to do... where are you? There you are. Dump one of these as well, because, like I said, salvageable stats, but I want to make sure that if I can get a little bit of extra out of this, and yeah, that's going to help. Mainly the 20 defense part, more so than anything else. Those are... I can make that work. Just for everybody else, Laura, I'm not worried about her stats, because if Laura gets attacked at all, she's gonna die. That's just been a constant. So I guess I can finally talk about the new units that we have here. We have a lot of people coming back from the bus, but Tabarn is brand new, even though he's been a guest character on a couple of maps, or at least prominently featured in the game's plot, despite not really, like, being directly controllable. This guy is, I mean, based off, like, voice and character alone, I fucking love this guy. And, well, in terms of gameplay, he's got a lot to offer as well. Naysala's a bit faster than him, but Tabarn has the distinction of just having better stats across the board overall, especially when transformed. Like, I think Naysala has something... He has, like, upper 40s in terms of speed, but Tabarn has 40 speed out the gate, which is just, like, no notes. He will double absolutely everything for life. The other fun wrinkle about him is full complement of bond supports, which is definitely going to help him out in combat, as if he wasn't hard enough to hit already, and 4 freaking leadership stars. That is remarkable. For reference, Ike and Micaiah only have 3. Elincia has 3. Tabarn gets 4, because he's the fucking king, that's why. This, on top of just obviously giving him a lot of potential for, like, maximizing those bond supports, even though, realistically, he can only have 2 at a time up there. This also means that just by being deployed on a map where he's the commander, which, coincidentally, is this chapter, he confers plus 20 avoid and hit rate to every single unit that we bring with us. Yeah, like, good... If you're trying to hit him, because he is weak to bows and wind magic like normal Hawklagoos are, good luck. On top of that, he's also got Form Shift, obviously. He's got Tear, because why not? He also has Pavice. This was the cancel skill back in Path of Radiance, which basically let him cheat. It's, as you can see here, it nullifies the effects of an enemy unit's attack. In other games, like mainly Awakening and stuff like that, this is used by generals to have the amount of damage that a unit takes from a given attack. This just straight up no-sells it. He's the only unit in the game that gets this. You can assign it to other people if you want, but why would you? Just in case you hit him, there's a % chance that he could just say no. Without question, he's one of the best units in the game, and yeah, I'm gonna have some fun. We've also got some potential other units that are going to be showing up, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it with those guys. As for everybody else, I think we're kind of... Obviously, I'm going to do some base conversations, and then I'm going to look into some of the options that we have for, like... Let's check supports right now, because I don't think I have anything for people. Excuse me. Yeah, because... Race and Tabarn's normally a good support pairing, or at least it feels thematically appropriate. Elincia doesn't have any either. Go figure. I think it's only going to be the units from 2F. Maybe Har is one of them, now that I think about it, and... Yeah, she... Obviously, nobody is in this group. Same thing goes for... That's interesting. Same thing goes for basically everybody else. Yeah, all of Kiran's, like... Astra's here, but she's not going to be seeing any action whatsoever. The main one that we have is the Laura Aaron one, which is mainly just making Aaron a bigger tank than he already is. Perfectly fine. Actually, that's going to be very useful, but can't do anything with that right now. As for actual base combos, well, the twins came with us. They were really the last of the merchant group that hasn't split up yet, but let's talk to Rayson first. Rayson, where are you? Over here, Tabarn. What are you doing so early in the morning? I'm hunting for treasure. Could you repeat that? I believe it was the goddess Yune. She sent me a message in my sleep. I saw patches of the ground that glowed. I went to one of those spots and found this. A Satori sign. Don't see these very often. Yeah, it's a good find. But plastic, Rayson. Why didn't you wake me up? I didn't know what I would find. Besides, you looked so comfortable. I didn't even notice you snuck out. I can't believe a heron snuck by me. Even heroes need their sleep to keep fighting, Tabarn. Where's the harm in sleeping? I know that you haven't had a good night's rest since the incident in Phoenicius. Yeah, but, you know, there must be something in the air. Despite all that's happened, I feel fantastic. It's a perfect day for hunting treasure. And enemies. Excellent. Well, in case the game saw that I used one of those, and just in case I wanted another one, they gave me one. Seriously, they give you more of these freaking things than they give actual, like, master crowns and stuff like that. They practically give, like I said, they give Satori signs away in boxes of cereal. I honestly have no idea how you're supposed to use them all. Anyway, let's talk to the two twins. Good morning, Queen Alencia. Oh, good morning, George. It looks to be a pleasant day, doesn't it? Indeed, and a splendid morning is the best time to present a queen with a fine gift. Oh, George, your kind thoughts are enough. You and Daniel have worked so hard to supply our army. If you have something for me, please let me pay you for it. Even under these circumstances, Queen Alencia, you always try to be good to us. That's why we wanted to give you a gift. It's a token of our appreciation. Daniel... We'll take payment for everything else, but please, take this one item without any protests. It's our pleasure. Please, Queen Alencia, we insist. Very well. I suppose it would be quite rude of me not to accept it. Wonderful! Here it is. Please use it with our compliments. Oh, this is a fire tome. Yes, it's a very valuable one. So I can see, I am not a mage, but I feel great power coming from this tome. Daniel and I happened to be in that building when there was that big flash of light. That's how we escaped being turned to stone. But you avoided it because you were one of the chosen. But we still want to help you. We can collect weapons to help you in battle. Please, the people who were save the people who were turned to stone. Please give us the world we used to have. I promise you I will do my utmost. I'll work toward it with everything I have. Together, we can accomplish anything. And we get Rex Flame, which nobody in this army can use. But I do know somebody who can. Put that. Wait a minute. Do I only have 2 left? I just recognized. Yeah, okay, I guess I've been good about using them. Still, I already used 3, which is more than most people do. I don't know how you're supposed to use all of those. I mean, I can think of a couple of excuses, but not right now or here. Anyway, Rex Flame. Tome good. Sanaki's probably gonna end up using it, but not right now. It's the only fire tome I have in storage, go figure. In fact, I don't have a lot of tomes to spare, I just recognized. Let's check out the shop, and then I think I'm gonna hit the road here. Same inventory as before, I think, across the board. You'll notice that, I guess another added wrinkle to this is that because the 2 brothers are manning the shop here, the Hawk Army is actually the group that has access to the Forge, although this is really more of a sporadic availability for the other groups, since if I wanted to make a custom weapon for one of my other 2 armies, I could just make it here, put it in the convoy, and then they'll have access to it. Similar to how I plan on using the Rex Flame tome going forward. That being said, this is tempting. This is very tempting right now, and I think because of the preponderance of coins that I have, let me check my inventories real quick and then get back to this, because it's mainly going to be these 12 units that are going to be deployed, and that's pretty much it, because like I said, anybody below the line is just an obligation, or is going to be a burden more than anything else. Aaron's the only unit I think could benefit from it. I am going to need to make sure Rom is a full vulnerary available. If anything else, he's just going to be transporting and being a supply caddy for people. The other thing I'm going to do is probably... I don't think I'm going to give Alencia a physics staff, I'm going to be honest. That might be a mistake, but... I'll level with you. I don't think so. Well, we might as well bring that out, and then... I think the Worm Slayer actually has some utility on this map, so we might as well bring that too. Can Toronto use swords? I forget. No, he can use axes, though, which... How many hand axes do I have? Plenty. Might as well take them. I keep forgetting that generals have 2 weapons available to them, because, like, Gatry didn't have anything. Or I don't think I ever used axes with Gatry, even though he had access the entire time, but... whatever. Not that big of a deal. Same thing goes for the hammer. I think I'm going to be holding on to this for the time being, because don't really want it to break. It has one particular application down the road that I'm looking forward to, and, well, that's about it, but no matter. Can anyone in our army use... Well, Kiran can use axes. I think I'll give him this as well. I could actually forge a steel axe now that I'm thinking of it, and I think I will, if only because there's an opportunity for me to dump it in the inventory. Actually, if I use it on this map, the odds of me being able to put it in the convoy for another group to use is pretty low. That being said, I think I'm still gonna forge one, just because I'm thinking ahead to a couple maps after this, and both Micaiah and Ike's armies both have potential candidates for this, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. Can make a forged silver axe if I want to, which is very tempting, but I think I'm gonna stick with the steel axe. Nice jump in power, but that's nothing that I can't just put on the weapon myself, like so. I don't even take the accuracy penalty. Gonna be doing that as well. Don't need to drop the weight. That's a big increase in cost, like, goodness. I mean, I got the money, so I might as well do it. God, I just remember I gotta think of a damn vegetable to name this after. Haven't done pumpkins yet, might as well do that one. Yep, that is a good amount of gold to be spending. That's half what I would have spent on, like, a killer weapon or something. And yeah, I've got so many coins. No Raven card, but... Damn it! Yeah, not out of ideas yet. We'll give this one to Kiran, I think, because... No, yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is forge a second one, and if I get a better bonus out of it, that one will get stuck in the convoy. Because I've got enough, gold here to do this twice. Although, yeah, I think I'm gonna do something like that. And then we'll make this one... Yeah, the charred stick did break, so that's on the table, but... You know, eggplant knife didn't work, but eggplant axe might work. Yep, I sure do have a coin. And there is... Oh, there's some cool cards in there. No Vine card either, so we're guaranteed to get a bonus off of this one. Arrow card. Yep, that's going in the convoy. That's a really good axe. One of the better ones I could have made. I would have liked to see what those other cards were, because I only briefly saw what they were. But we're going to stick that in the convoy, and then hopefully, probably Micaiah's army will be making use of that. And yeah, we're just under 10k, and I'd like to stick around that point for a little bit. Actually, what does the bargain section have? I don't remember it having anything. Okay, it does an extra... It has another Worm Slayer. I just bought one. Concoctions are tempting, as are Pure Waters, but... Actually, I think I'm gonna buy 2 of these, and then I'm gonna stick them in the convoy. Can never have enough of these, especially the further and further we get into the game. Yeah, and I'm gonna have a good opportunity to get more... I am running a little bit out of money, but... We're gonna have good opportunities to make up for that going forward. And like I said, this army is half Lagoo's units, so I don't need anything extra. Laura, what's your... It's still E, okay. And yeah, no particular special skills. Can I abort, or... I'm thinking about Aaron in particular, because he still has Paragon, which I think I'm going to keep on him for the time being. Even though Braum could make use of it too, but... I'm trying to think. He could make use of Renewal. Yeah, because that's not... Like, I could give him Imbue, but Alencia is a much better candidate for it. And yeah, he's going to be getting a ton of XP on this map anyway. Yeah, I'm more concerned about Kiran, who I might need to power level just to make sure that he can keep pace with people. And plus, we've got another copy of this that I can kind of give to whoever I want down the road. As for these other skills, Blossom's not a bad idea, but... Yeah, Alencia doesn't have the space for it, unfortunately. Could put Mercy back on her now. Savior's interesting. There's some potential utility for this. I think it might be worth it, honestly. It's cheap, it's safe, and to use it, it's probably my best friend. And I think I will, like I said, do this. Even though, like I said, I'm losing it for being free, which kind of stinks, but this is going to give Aaron that extra little bit of survivability that he's going to need. Just to push him over the top. As for Laura, yeah, I got it. Sorry, girl. Wait, maybe I... This is also an interesting tidbit, because can't really make use of this on Leonardo, but there's probably another unit who can. Sigma goes for Meg's Fortune skill. I didn't take this off of her for the longest time, just because obviously the capacity is 20, so there's not really anybody that can use it, but it's a shower thought. I think I've got good candidates for this down the road, but we're not going to worry about that for the time being. This is Fortune's mainly useful, I think, on units that are more predisposed towards being glass cannons, as opposed to a unit like Taranio, for instance, who has, or Braum is probably an even better candidate, because they have sky-high defense, so it's like, yeah, they could get crit, but if they get crit, it'll be like that clip that I took back in Part 3, where I got critically hit for 0 damage. Like, it can happen, but crit immunity on a unit with sky-high defense isn't the most essential thing anyway. Unless they're going against a mage, and then you're probably gonna want it. Let's check this record real quick. I forgot. I don't think Okay, it was Ike. Yeah, that's what I expected. Yeah, the Ike training montage was in full swing last time, but I've kind of rambled on long enough. I wanted this to be quick, and then I ended up kind of making it a little bit longer than I would have liked. Let's get into it. We've spotted the enemy. They're over here. They're over there, southwest. How do they get so close without being noticed? Do we have men out of position? No, I just checked in. Enemy forces just suddenly appeared with no sign of warning at all. Guess that's one good thing about fighting a goddess. Things are sure to be exciting. Everyone, get in position. An entire legion that can appear from nowhere? Who are these disciples? To be honest, I don't care who they are. I just want to knock a little disorder back into the world. My man, what's up? Anyway, oh, we have exactly 12 people, that's good, because, yep, that is exactly the 12 people I wanted to bring. Now let's get into this. So, like I said, Braum might not be doing much, but now that I think about it, I think I want to give him a hand axe, just because that'll maybe give him that might give him an edge over just doing chip damage from melee range as opposed to being close. Because, yeah, this first turn in particular, I'm really going to need to take advantage of everything possible so that I can... Once Ulgi and Janaf's transformation gauges fill up, I think I'm good. But this is a very... Compared to the last couple armies, this is much more of a mixed bag. The prologue was all cavalry. The Ikes chapter was more of a mix of, like, Pegasus Knights in the fog, as well as, honestly, like, I don't know, maybe, like, Swordmasters? Like, I don't really remember, but this is a much more balanced army composition. You've got a bit of the leftover Falcon Knights from the last map. You also have these Wyvern Knights in the top corner, and these aren't the only guys we're going to be dealing with. These are, if I don't send the barn at these guys, they could get rather nasty, especially if they decide to jump my front lines. As for reinforcements, because in the hardcore map, you always have to worry about reinforcements. There's two waves that I think are particularly bad. There's, I think there's a... In this thicket right here, there's a Sage that spawns with a Blizzard Tome that can get particularly nasty, especially since, unlike the Purge Bishops from the prologue, I don't have a very easy way of getting to this guy right when he spawns to deal with him, so we're just gonna have to tank shots, which, honestly, with this army, like, if I can get them to target Aaron, not Aaron, maybe Renulf now that I think about it, because that's gonna be 15 resistance and very high avoid. He's got 76. Yeah, that'll be easy as piss, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Because if he targets, like I said, if he targets Renulf, we're gonna be fine. So, as for everybody else, this is kind of the deployment that I would have wanted. Braum is the only... Actually, it's gonna be Aaron. So, what I'm thinking is... We use Tabarn, Renulf, Alencia, and Tyrannia to kind of block at this choke point, and then we use... I'm thinking, how wide is this? It's 2 right here, so some combination of the rest of our units can... Probably Aaron and Tyrannia. We'll use the Part 1 special here. We'll have Laura backing these guys up, and then... And probably Lucia as well, who I just noticed is probably, yeah, very dodgy, because Earth Map, Earth Affinity, and 4 Leadership Stars is... That's gonna pay deep dividends, even on a unit that I don't think is that good. But I think we're ready to go. The only thing this army is really lacking right now is a particularly good mage, which, for units like these generals, is not going to be... That's not particularly good, because, like I said, I'd love a good mage just to crunch through these guys' armor. But, let's get into it. As for who I want to lead off here, Kiran's got weapon triangle on these guys, so we might as well lead with him and then see if we're going to need anything afterwards. That's... Okay, like I said, I didn't expect him to double, but the fact that he doesn't get doubled in reverse is already very promising. I think I'm going to do this first. We're going to try to take full advantage of, like I said, all that extra void, just to do what would otherwise be riskier plays like this. Okay. Yeah, 30 XP, that's just the power. I did... Short-term memory. Yeah, I did give him Paragon. It's kind of blanking it for a sec. And then Braum, yeah, that's okay. That's what I would like him to do. As for everybody else, I think if I do this, yeah, there's no archers over here, and you're a fire sage, so... There's a world in which I could possibly have Alencia just sit in this thicket and take, like, no damage? That'd be pretty good. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. We got rid of Mercy, so there's nothing holding us back right now. That said, that is a bit of a bad spot to be in, but there is a way around that. Yeah, Tarania is a bit too far back to wall, which is unfortunate, but what I can do is perfect. Alencia's survivability is a little bit of a concern because her defense isn't that high, but I think if only that warrior is attacking her on enemy phase, we'll be okay. Shh. Oh, right, he does. I was afraid of that, but thankfully I came prepared. Another unit that could possibly benefit from Olivate Wrath is Rayson, but I'm gonna worry about that later. Worst comes to worst, I can also use Lucia's Wind Edge to get rid of this guy, which is probably gonna be what happens. But, I guess while I'm figuring everything else out, let's worry about let's deploy the thing you are an issue, but not right now. Let's deploy the units that I don't have to worry about. Or let's just get into the fun. Or let's get to the fun part, is what I'm saying. Yeah, zeros across the board. Zeros across the board. Not zeros across the board, but like I said, this is the beauty of Tabarn. Is you just do stupid things like this. And yep, like Nesala, he's got his own theme. Another personal favorite of mine, if I'm being honest. It's a pretty good one. Although I think Nesala's is a little bit better because it's got that really great violin solo as part of it, but anyway. Part of me just wants to leave Renault put, but yeah, there's no real reason for me to not do this. These freaking shit animations. Anyway, that's... What's annoying is I kind of have to put Aaron in a spot where... Yeah, because I want to do this. Yep, he's not missing this time. Let's get 1% crit. You'll love to see it. Nice XP boost, too. And then, with Aaron over there, I think what I'm going to do is... There's no easy way to do this, unfortunately, because, yeah, Tyranno's a bit too far back. Unless Braum shoves him, and I think I'm going to have to do that. Nope, never mind, that doesn't work. What is... 21 weight, 20 weight? Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Can one of you guys do it? No. You can't even rescue him, what the devil? This because I want to make sure these guys get deployed as fast as possible. And then I might need Lucia to move in here. Yeah, otherwise we have a problem. Braum can probably shove Laura forward, which is going to help me in the event that none of you have indirect fire weapons. Okay, that's good. Because I can do this, and now we know that Elixir is going to be alright. Plus, Aaron's got his support buddy, because he's probably going to get attacked next turn. Or on enemy phase, I should clarify. And then I'm gonna have you stay still because I really, really don't want you to get hit. Or, I really, really don't want you to get hit. That's what I was saying. And then, yeah, once Toronio actually noses out of it, we'll be okay. My humblest apologies. Also, I forgot to mention who the boss was. My humblest apologies. I hope we didn't sneak up on you. I'm sure that cheeky little queenlet is still amongst you. I hope so. I'm going to make her pay for defying me. Yes, Valtome got put in charge of this. Forget this Ow. That's fine, because even if Elixia gets 2 crits, she still can't kill that guy. And, okay, yeah, Aaron's getting hit here. I don't know who I want to give these kills to, because they're both pretty valuable. Wait a minute. Why is his gauge still going down? Did I miss something? You, I think, are just dead. It's one of the downsides to using Tabarn is he just murders things, similar to all the other, like, souped-up moves units we've got access to at this point. There's even, like, just that random Lance Knight right there. Oh! Sorry to be late. What unit would you like me to support? Oh, King Peleus. You shouldn't endanger yourself. Besides, I don't think we're gonna have too much trouble with these guys. I appreciate your concern, but as the King of Dan, I fight for the people of all 3 countries. It is my duty. Wait, where's your mother? Well... Listen, I don't know what she's been telling you, but don't throw your life away. I appreciate that you want to help, but this battle is beyond you. Try to stay out of the way. Yes, sir. I did say I wanted a sage, and then ask and you shall receive, I guess. Peleus is our obligatory bonus character. Or, well, not our obligatory bonus character, but if you let this guy live, he joins you right here. Finally done having other people do the work for him, he decided to step on the battlefield for himself, although he did back in 3F and then Soren beat the tar out of him. In terms of stats, he's exactly the same as he was back then, and, so, I guess I'll do the positives first. As a Dark Sage, Peleus is the only playable unit in the entire Radiant Dawn roster that has access to Dark Magic. In fact, he's the only unit in both of the Tellius games that can do that. And he comes packing with some pretty good tomes. Horion, as you see here, and Fenrir are all very, very good, and pack quite a punch, especially with that 24 magic that he's got. The problem that I have with Peleus is that, well, don't you wish that you could just deploy Paragon on him? Or anything that isn't just Miracle? Yeah, I do too. He joins at a point where, like I said, I've already got units that are struggling to keep up with, like, baseline stats, like Lucia, for instance, and he's not really going to be able to do much better, if I'm being honest. He can be good. In fact, I kind of need him to be good, because for, secrets-related reasons, because there's even more with this chump, I have to use him. He's not exactly the best unit in the world. Soren obviously runs laps around him. I think Micaiah's better than him, to be honest. But, like I said, Dark Magic's really cool. And that's really the main reason that you would even want to use him, if I'm being honest. But if he gets a few levels, like I said, that could change in due time. That being said, I'm gonna need Lucia to get out of here. Can't have you doing that again. And then, yeah, Brahm's not in a position where he can really do anything on player face this turn. But Pelias sure as hell is, so I'm gonna need some help getting through these guys. What is that sniper... Okay. Sniper's not a problem, so we can do this. Oh yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. I hesitate to use that Fenrir tome right away, but it's another use case for Braum, I guess, if need be. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this to Alencia because I want to get Braum over where he can... Or not Braum, I want to get Kiran over into the thicket right there. Now you should do that, of course. Score 1 for the Queen. And then this is gonna free me up to... Well, Laura's probably gonna heal Lucia, unless if somebody else wants to do that. And by someone else, I pretty much mean Valencia. I'm gonna have Renulf soften up this guy. Like I said, he can handle himself. What I'm worried about is... He did half shit, but... I think that means his gauge could still run out, but by the time it does, Ulki or Janab will run. I didn't know not having... God, I'm not just using Wildheart, so I was kind of convinced that... Yeah. I'm not sure if using Wildheart on Renulf was the best decision, but it does let me do this. Part of the fun of being able to use my own Dark Magic is that it looks pretty frickin' sweet. As I've mentioned in the past when Druids have gone up against us. I don't know if Druids count as Tier 1 or Tier 2 units, because Darksage is a Tier 2 class, or at least the game considers it such. Then I think I'm gonna have... Yeah, as much as I would like for Piranha to pick up this kill, Kiran also can benefit from it, so we're gonna have to do that. Especially with Paragon, he's probably gonna level up on this. Sure does. The more defense he gets, the better off I am. Just in the long run. And ooh, yeah, that's a little bad. Was worried about that, because I'm probably gonna need to... Yeah, Vigor here, and then... Once I get that point choked out, incredible right here. Let's go ahead and equip our Fortune one. Gonna have Aaron go right here. Iron Britland seems like a good show, and then we're gonna have Laura back up and heal. Not too far though, to be honest. And you're good there. Don't wanna... Listen, just keeping Braum in the reserves for now. He's mainly here just in case I need to swap somebody out. And then, do I want Ulki or Janab first? Ulki's, I think, more likely to be useful because of his biorhythm, so... I'm gonna have him chug, just so we know he's gonna be ready next turn to take over for Renulf. And then, I'm gonna trade Janab's over to Raisin, Olivegrass over to Raisin. Then when I have a free turn, which should be hopefully coming up pretty soon, we can go ahead and deal with them. Kind of expected this, as long as he doesn't crash. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, I expected Kiran to take a few knocks here, but he's gonna keep on turning just fine. Nice dodge. I expected that, although... Ooh, that's a little nasty. Yeah, 36 on a crit's pretty bad, but the good news is that Renulf's so fast that it doesn't really matter. Alright, these snipers are gonna go sniper. That's, Oh, we're fine. There's that extra avoid kicking in. If I really wanted to be silly, I would have brought a Nolan and Zahark into this group. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, might have actually been a pretty good strategy, but I'm getting ahead of myself. That hit rate is dodgy, but then again, so is he. I could probably have Alincia grab this one, and then Piranio can help Peleus get the other one. The main thing that I'm worried about here is... Yeah, I might need... I don't want to know... Quite frankly, I don't want to know what, this guy can do to my, forces, so I think I'm just gonna have Tabarn take care of him. And then fly back. Never gets old. The king wanted to fight, and boy, is he getting to fight. Hey, I'll take that, even though I would have way too many of those. There's another kill for the queen. Oh yeah, we're really doing that. Well, I think no matter what I do, Peleus isn't gonna get this kill, but that's maybe okay, if I'm being honest. I could always use, Rayson if I wanted to here. Forgot to turn Piranio's animations off as well, because depending on who he's fighting, this could get a little bit ugly. At least in terms of overall, Did I... Oh, Brahms is, but Piranio's isn't, because I haven't had a situation where that really mattered. Except, I guess, for 313, but seems like a bit of an anomaly in terms of use case. You know what I mean. Wait, with the Iron Greatland... Yeah, go for this once Laura gets around here. And your range is... You are not close enough. Yeah, now that's a guarantee. I think that extra hit rate would definitely help. Defense is helping too, because he's gonna take more no damage. Yeah, if he even does get hit. Nice job. And then I'm gonna need... Yeah, of course. Peleus could potentially snag this one. And yeah, that might be a good use of my resources, is to just use the Fenrir Zone to deal with a potentially problematic unit. As good as Kiran's defenses are right now, if he gets crit, that could change in an instant. See, Kiran's the type of unit that would benefit from Fortune, especially since he already has Gamble. It's a nice compliment. That's not that great at all. I mean, it's fine, but yeah. Still not what I want to see. Anyway, let's see Varine in action here. Fantastic animation again, like it. I know I'm harping on it a little too much, but yeah, I don't really care. Braum, you want to pick this one? This kill's a freebie, so yeah, if you want to do that, that'd actually be kind of handy. Never mind. I don't know if I should be vigouring this turn, because honestly I should, because there's a world in which Peleus does not get this pickup unless he does this. Or Tyrannia just kills both of these guys, you know what I mean. Thank you. Those hit rates are dodgy. Hopefully I can fix them. Can have an interesting opportunity here. I'll take it. I'll take it, honestly. I would have liked to see magic, but he's already got a really good base magic stat. I'll take all those other stats in return. Those are the type of level ups that I need to see to make this whole venture worthwhile. Just more importantly, yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is probably have Tyrannia move right to the edge of this thicket, and then he can bait the crossbow guy forward. The problem is that it's a crossbow, so now that I think about it, that might not be a very good idea. I would need Kuran over here to deal with that, because these two are basically the only unit that can really deal with that, since most of this army flies. And crossbows generally don't like that. Right, you can't even rescue unless you're transformed. That's, again, kind of annoying, especially since I would... Do you even have a wind edge? You do. Alright, that's a freebie if you want it, girl. It's 69! Of course I had to take it! Great! That's lovely. Like I said, I just need to keep the... We're at a point right now where enemy phase isn't that bad, but need to make sure it stays that. Oh, that guy's moving forward anyway. That is danger Will Robinson. That's not good. Except you missed, so that's honestly kind of good. Okay, yeah, this turn's not bad, but... Or that enemy phase wasn't bad. This next one's gonna stink. Unless I do some prep work to kind of soften the blows here. So like I said, I think with Alencia, this is a bad idea. You would think, but Peleus can come in handy. This is another case where Peleus can come in handy. Because if he hits this, that's a free kill for Alencia because of the break effect on the weapon. Okay, that sucks, because that is actually a use of Fenrir down that didn't actually hit anything. It's almost worth resetting, to be honest. Because now Tabarn might have to deal with this, and that's also... Yeah, that's also really annoying. Because that's a big hit that he could be taking. It's only one, but 52 damage is 52 damage. And I think I kind of have to do this because I don't have any other good options at the moment. Okay, good. I'll take the dodge off of that. It would have been nice if Peleus hit there, because then I could have given that kill to Valencia, but that's not what happened. We'll live. Although, if I'm being perfectly honest, Laura's got a physics staff, and healing up Tyranio might be on the table here. The issue that I have now is that, yeah, this sniper is another unit that might be an issue. I have no killer weapon, but I do have units that can help out a lot here. What is your... what's this guy's crit chance on you? Bad. Okay. Yeah, because these warriors aren't the issue. It's this guy and this guy that are the real issue. But what I can do is, Braum moves up here, Lucia moves away, and then... Yeah, because I think I can have... Actually, if I have Kiran go here, then I'm pretty sure this is safe. Doesn't feel like the best use of a physics staff, but I gotta do what I gotta do here. I'm proud of you, hero. Staying relevant even after all this time. Nope, no. Don't end the turn by accident, that would be bad. And... yeah, good thing I forged this axe, because otherwise that would have been... That is an unfortunate position, but I can move here. And then... Actually, I can have, Grayson Vigor bomb, and then he can move up again. Yeah, because I need him to move to where... right next to where Lucia is standing. Or I could, this is why I brought these two. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna be alright. In fact, I think I'm gonna send them both in here because I don't want Kiran or, Lucia to be facing that Swordmaster. Well, that's not... Let's think on this for a minute. That's not bad when you consider that he has all of his important stats capped, and I'm literally just waiting on promotion. The one thing that's a bit iffy is... yeah, you. I don't know if I can throw both these guys in here, because they might get targeted by that blizzard tongue. The alternative is to throw Renelt into the fire, and that might honestly be what I have to do here. Because, honestly, having Lucia bait the Blizzard Dome is a really good show. And these guys have no indirect attacks, so... The problem is two of them are going to go for Renelt. And I don't know if I can do that easily. Unless if I Vigor Laura, heal him up, and then it's probably going to be what I gotta do here. Engage with it. Okay. Should be fine, I think? Okay, he'll take 1, 2, 3, so I don't think he untransforms until afterwards, but I can give him this. Give him that back. Because this doesn't end my turn. I can even revert if I wanted to, which... never mind. Didn't think that through. Gonna take care of this guy because, yeah, I don't want him beating up on nice. Very nice indeed. More damage is always good. I can fix some of the dodgier defense issues because I've got things like a spare throw shield and whatnot to give, but for now, I think I'm just gonna hold it out. Come on, Renault, hold it together. Now, what's annoying about this is that this guy can just back up. Yeah. So that Swordmaster is gonna take a crack at him. Speaking of taking a crack at people. So yeah, Braum does get doubled, but his defense is so good that it didn't really matter. Oh, never mind. Why did his gauge fill back up? I guess that's just how half shift works. I don't understand. These guys are a bit faster than I thought they would be. Dodge in, very good. And then once I'm out of those blizzard uses, ooh, yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, so you would think, like, oh, it's just one guy again, what's the problem? It gets worse later. This guy, though, honestly, I get these two, they can take care of it. Helios also kind of can. But I want you to get, I want you to hit this. This is where I really just hate biorhythm. But he got it. Yeah. Unfortunately, I kind of do just have to turtle it out for a little bit because I guess I can have a Valencia duck in, get this, get out. That's a freebie, so yeah, I'm gonna have these guys whip up on this unit, but I need to make sure that I don't need them over here first. This guy's still got 2 uses of his Blizzard Tome, so I can't use Ulti and Janap yet for anything. I don't know why Renault filled his gauge back up the moment he started fighting, but I'll take it. This is where hand axes get here. In fact, this is another case where Lucia's Wind Edge might be useful. Because I can do this with basically no real penalty. It's gonna make this guy that much easier to deal with. I guess the one fault in this enemy army composition is that, unlike the past couple maps, they don't really have a dedicated healer, so it's why I could just turtle at the start here and grind them out. Although, there is this guy, I guess, but he's a little too far back to care. And then, of course, these two at the very back, but the fact that they don't move at all is gonna be very useful. Come to think of it, yeah, I think if I can deal with this warrior, which... Yeah, problem solved. That's all that extra void plus Ulti's own personal skills come into play there. And then Janaf doesn't have the extra void, but still more than good enough to get the job done. And then you have one of those, so that'll be good. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Yeah, I don't want to really attack you, so... Nope, don't end turn again by accident. You are really annoying, now that I think about it. I think what I'm gonna have to do is... let's heal up Rom, and then... Yeah, I'm only gonna use the light tome if I absolutely need to. And then I think that puts supports in range, which is enough to give me the edge by the look of it. Nice. And then, yeah, double crit is no good, so can't really do that. And I think the best use of my time is probably going to be to... Well, I forgot about this, because this is free. Tempted to use Toronto to bait these Falcon Rates in, but... Hit, 31 attack is pretty nasty, but... he can handle it. Although, he would be taking 14 for both, which is... It's not unreasonable, even if I don't heal him. But... Yeah, because they're more than fast enough to double him, I think. No, actually, they don't double him. Yeah, and I have 2 units that are effectively delete buttons that are down here, so this is more than safe. We're gonna do this because that means Grayson can transform next turn, which is gonna be very, very useful. There's a world in which I disarm off of this, and it's very funny, but unfortunately I can't do that. I think I just have to stay funny with everybody. Yeah, I think I gotta stay put. Although Kiran's out in the open now, but yeah, you're still gonna go for that. You're gonna go for Kiran, which I kind of expected you to do. Now you're going for the cat? Alright, we've got one more use of that, and then we can push forward. Speaking of pushing forward... Alright, now back up one tile. Nope, guess not. Oh, right! Forgot more just keep pouring in. There's renewal coming in handy. Yeah, you're the same as last time. To the point where I could just send Alincia back to deal with you, but we got a problem over here. So, what I can do is bring Peleus over here to deal with this warrior, or to soften up this Sword Master for us. And both of those, I think, are going to be good soon. Pretty good. Although what I can do is, that's 9, you have 9 move, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a world in which I vigor both Alincia and Peleus, and then they can do 2 things this turn, which I think I'm gonna do. Just try to maximize these pieced up gains out of this, and then, yep, we get the Customary Sky back as well. Gotta admit, I don't really like how the trees look from this angle, and you can tell that the texture on the ground is kind of muddy. Well, it's brown, but I meant the quality of the texture is a little muddy. Whatever, target deck. Over there. It's a little... yeah. I forgot that tomes like that usually give reduced hit rates based off of how close or far away from the target you are. Or that guy just has better avoid and I'm an idiot. I think it's... No, I don't think it's siege tomes. I think it's, yeah, it's gotta be like a status stabs that do that. Nice. Got him that time. The kid needs all the help he can get. So, didn't recognize that you were only in range of one of these guys, if not both. Go ahead and use the Silver Lance because we can. And then, yeah, this guy's very easy pickings because of this, but I could pull Braum back and put a Lancia in his spot, because this guy can't hit, and he's out of tome uses next turn. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, because this is the best way of dealing with this guy in particular. Even if you don't... Yeah, you don't kill by any means, but that's okay. Unless if I get a stun or a couple or something. The Brave effect is just so good for helping deal with these guys. Sweet. Love to see it. Hit. Honestly, I could get this kill with Laura, but just to be funny, but there's no point. Especially when Aaron is that much closer to getting promotion. I mean, again, like I said, with all those capped stats, resistance is about as good as it gets. I think 45 is actually his HP cap as well. Go figure. And yeah, this is where my stats start to kind of turn here. Or the biorhythms, what I meant to say. Now, I'm gonna need you to wait there in case this misses. There's a world in which it does. With all this babysitting I'm doing, I have to wonder if Peleus or Alencia is gonna be more likely to get MVP. Well, I know who's getting it in my heart at this point. Honestly, that's acceptable. As long as he's not getting level ups that remind me of Shenan's, I think we're in a good spot. And I'm gonna need him over here because there's two Anima Sages, which he's gonna do pretty well against, and then, like I said, this guy doesn't have a staff. You are going to be an issue, but maybe not as big of one as I think you might be. Then we're going to bring Janaka. So, kind of thinking ahead is what I'm probably going to do is pivot a little bit, where I'm going to have one group kind of hang back here, while the actual, main group is going to go ahead and try to deal with all these guys over here, including these Wyverns, which... Did I bring... Yeah, I did bring the Worm Slayer, so I have a bit of an extra option here for dealing with that. You are also really annoying now that I think about it, especially since where you're standing could be a very valuable spot for me. Part of me wants to go over here, but that sniper wants me. Yeah, this group over here is... Yeah, I think if I just move to the edge here, I can bait out the generals and then start the party that way. I'm just gonna... Yeah, his gauge is fine. Could scan back. Don't do that, and then we're good. That's what I expected. That's the Blizzard Tome gone, so we kind of got the green light to move ahead there. Geronio's over here doing the work. Big hits, love to see. And we have... okay. Maybe I was too quick to break that line over there because I'm going to need to kind of recall my units back. Maybe not that many now that I think about it. Still, those guys hurt, so maybe I... Something tells me I will. Because that's not the worst level up Tyranio could have gotten, but it's still not good. Plus, he's gonna... The guy no longer has weapon triangle, but he's still gonna be getting a big hit on his chin over here. It's, what, 25 minutes 38? 13? It's half his health, but it's still pretty bad. Might as well have Valencia pivot over, and now just use his backup, I guess. Meanwhile, the Scrub Squad plus Aaron is gonna have to start going for these guys. I think we're okay with that Cavalier over there, but can have Olgi and Jeanette fly over just to assist if need be. Because I think with these four, I can kind of just dive bomb this group down here and take care of a lot of stuff. And then Valencia will also probably get the benefit of leveling up several times, or at least maybe once or twice. I don't know. But either way, I know there's, like, particularly bad... There's still a pretty bad reinforcement group on the way here, because those two guys that spawned earlier were just kind of a warning. So with any luck, I'll be able to... That'll keep the support, my support in range, and then... Can either of you get very far? No. This is the annoying part with Braum, is he's kind of stuck here. Because, yeah, these initial patches are just really annoying to deal with. And then, yeah, I don't want to move to bar yet. Okay, the whole cavalry's coming in. Don't crit. And I just forgot about reserve. We're being a low health hero. Okay, another guy. You, if I remember right, have a very annoying weapon. Let's do this trio of over here. Yeah, well, you have the Worm Slayer. That's what I thought that guy over there had. Yeah, this is gonna be an annoying one. Especially since old Peleus is in Ranger mode, I just realized. Still, I can... Yeah, I can scoop this kill up with Fenrir, and then that'll hopefully mean that, if I pull... I have to pull Laura back, which is gonna be a little bit unfortunate. What's also unfortunate is that tile is not, tile's not what I thought it was. Yeah, you have a killing edge, that's what I remember. But I think I'm just gonna send Tabarn back to deal with you. Yeah, because I don't have time for this. And with anybody else, that guy's really annoying to deal with. My god, this stupid animation! I can make a sandwich with how long it takes to get over. Yeah, that's what you get for wasting my mother flippin' time. Like, Gonna have to watch out for you as well. Silver pole axes are no laughing matter. Except when they are. Can you get one more standing? No. But you can get there, which might be good enough now that I think about it. Because what I'm hoping that Wyvern Knight's gonna do is kind of jump over me. Or jump over my front line and run straight at Lucia with the Worm Slayer, because she might get hit for a lot, but she's gonna do a lot of retaliation damage, and I don't have to worry about her, like, accidentally dying or something like that. Speaking of accidentally dying, I think I'm gonna need to have you pull back a little bit. Yeah, pick this up for yourself. You earned it. And I can heal Tyranio next turn, because he's not really in danger at the moment. This is why we bring Shenanigans Elfie down here. Neither of them have procced Tear yet, though, which makes me a little bit sad. But I can live without it. Make way for the Queen. There you go. Keep it coming. I'll take any stat level ups that look like that. Come to think of it, I could have gotten that kill with Ulgi and then used the Lindsay to heal, but oh my god, that's not really that important. Probably gonna have Tabarn deal with this guy, or maybe use, like, one of my other units to bait him out. Ulgi's Avoid is so stupidly high that he probably won't even get hit. So that's a potential option. And I'm gonna have 11, 10, 15. I'm gonna do this as kind of a just in case. Because I really don't want him getting hit by, like, any magic bullshit. And Peleus is the only unit that has which is kind of what I wanted. That's maybe also what I wanted. Wait, you're fire, aren't you? Fuck. Don't get hit. Good job. Don't tell me you just untransformed. Shit. Double shit. Hit twice with 29. Alright, Mr. Cat, don't die. Don't tell me. Oh, I'm playing with fire. So we learned how half shift works today, and I don't think half shift on Renault is particularly good. God, I'm hoping I don't have to redo this. That would be like several turns down the tube. Oh my god. Alright, Alencia, your services are needed elsewhere. Get away from me. If there was a very good chance that Rodolph could have died right there. Now I have to worry about you, though, and you can literally go anywhere. I did not recognize that that's how that gauge worked, and I actually kind of hate the skill even more now. Because now that leaves me with you to deal with, and I don't really have any good options for dealing with you. I guess, like I said, this is another case where Pelias might be a good idea. Bust out the men's staff, girl. You're gonna need it. I think I've got to pull away with everybody here, which is annoying when this guy can hit wherever the hell he wants. But I do this. There's a world in which I kind of just use these guys to swarm this positioning. Or I just have Aaron deal with stuff by himself. That's also a possibility. If I had a very close call... yeah, you just noticed that, Exo, huh? I completely miscalculated there. This is a map where I kind of feel like I screwed myself a little bit. Ike and Micaiah's armies are... Ike's map group in particular is very, like, front-loaded. Whereas with this group, it feels like I'm very much underpowered compared to everyone else. Especially since I really need to use... I think Alencia is my best bet here. Although, I think if I use her... Either Laura needs to move, or... I think I see the path forward. Is there a wind sage over here? There. Well, yeah, this guy, but he's not with it. Wait, did I give you the savior skill? I did, so I can actually... Let me think if I'm gonna need to rescue Laura here, because... There's a chance that Alencia just killed this guy straight up, and if not, Tabarn definitely will. I think I need to sink this, which is good use of the Fender Tome, so I don't really mind. Are you for real right now? That was an 82! My god. This is when Emblem just really rearing its ugly early head. Well, that's a kill for Aaron, I guess. Nobody else can really manage that. Because what I might have to do here is, You're really the load of bees in my body. Aaron's fortitude isn't quite at the stop yet. So what I might do is have these two move forward, and then... You still have grass, right? No. Who has it? I think Ranulf has it, now that I think about it. Which is just the worst. Here or here... Well, I can have Braum frontline and he'll live. But I really don't want to do that, especially with all these guys with axes that are going to be running around. If I could shove him over here... Yeah, I'm going to have to kind of do a weird operation to get everything to work. The alternative is I get Tyranio to go there, because... Now that I think about it, I just recognized that I could do something very stupid as a backup plan. Which is have the Wyvern Master fly all the way over here and attack Tyranio, but with Ranulf exposed, I think he's gonna go for Ranulf. If given the opportunity. Which, oh, he absolutely has one right now. The alternative is I just, we use Tabarn. The most likely course of action is we just use Tabarn to kill this guy. And I think I have to do that unless if Valencia feels like stepping up. ×4 on you, and you take no damage. There's a world in which I want to see how Aaron does here first. I've never had problems with this map in the past because I would usually bring, like, Nethany and, like, a trained Braum in this group, and then they just kind of solo everything. Especially if they have an ace support with each other, that usually comes in handy, but... Yeah, what I'm thinking I might do is just... use Tabarn as my trademark delete key and just have him work his magic. The frickin' golden wyverns just look really weird. Back one. And I could... It's a heavy could. I could have, Yeah, understaffing the Ike already makes sense because there's definitely benefits to overstaffing, I think, the Hawk army over anything else. I think I'm gonna be fine when their next map rolls around because the units that join you there are really good. Oh, hey, free coin. Yeah. I think I overestimated how good some of these other units were going to be, which is just a bit of a mistake on my part. Gonna have Janaf use that, and then I'm gonna have Olgi untransform because I don't think I'm gonna need it for the time being. Yeah. This army can be self-sufficient, but... Especially since, like, these two combined are really, really good at anything that doesn't have a bow. But for the time being, I think I might have to move these two back because I don't know what's coming up and I don't want to get caught out. Because I forget when the reinforcements show up. You, go forward. You need to get busy. And you need to stay behind. What's your crit rate? I just write that down. Shit! He's fine! He's fine! He's fine! He might not be fine. Oh, he's not fine. Yeah, that's annoying. Jesus, these crit rates. Alright, well, I dealt with one problem, but forgot to deal with another. I guess he wasn't fine, because if those guys can double him, then that's just annoying. Well, I forget if I battle saved at the start of that turn. I might have. I sure did! So I didn't just waste, like, what is that, like an hour, 10 minutes of my life? I don't like resetting. God, I didn't really have another way to do it. Okay, so these guys suck, is what I'm learning, and Kieran can't deal with them. Because he just gets critically hit constantly. Yeah, you still need to back up. I guess I don't have to heal you, per se. What I can also do is try this again. And then probably just sick Aaron on those guys. Yeah, actually, because I guess we may be living in the better timeline if this stuff like that's gonna happen. Look at this boy. He's the only person that's not letting me down right now. And there's a world in which I can get 2 heals out of Laura, and I think I'm going to do that, just because it's a bit better for me. Because I don't think the move I made there was a bad call. Or I think the Sabarn move I made wasn't a bad call, it's the other stuff that I need to really get help for. Speaking of which, need to move you back regardless. I think I'm going to have you... This is 40, right? Yeah. Slam that sucker, and then you need to get out of the way, because honestly, I don't like you tangoing with any of these guys. What's Aaron's defense, actually? Because that's going to be a deal breaker here. Well, you can tank. I think you can really tank, actually. He would have to get crit like a million times, and I don't see a world in which that happens. Well, actually, I do, because it just happened, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Shadows of Valentia, you mean? Yeah, I have. I've actually beaten it, although there's some stuff that's just a complete nightmare in that game. I think what I'm also gonna do is... Oh, I can't rescue these guys. Wow. I'm gonna need my Bird Force 1 over here to get him moved on. We're still gonna do that because I want his gauge to charge back up. Something goes for, yeah. There's parts of that story I really, really enjoy. There's a couple sour spots, but if I'm being honest, it's like just a banger all around. And then we're gonna have you move here. You, I think, like I said, I'm just gonna use my customary delete key. Your gold dragon still looks ugly. You. If I do this, yeah, that's where Aaron's res bites me in the ass. And moving Grom forward is pretty much suicidal, although... He does a lot better than Kiran did, but I think he still gets murdered. Maybe I could bait the Storm Sword user into doing something stupid. Braum would take 30 damage, but he wouldn't get attacked by anybody else. So there's a world in which that works, but... And like I said, I could do something dumb here, but that's maybe not a good idea. Oh, wait, that got it? Oh, right, the Oblivion remaster did get it. I don't think so, if I'm gonna be honest. I know my brother's a huge, huge fan of Skyrim, but, I never really touched the Elder Scrolls series that much, if I'm gonna be honest. Never really felt like my cup of tea, or at least Bethesda RPGs in general. I like seeing some of those challenge runs that you find on YouTube, like the, well, some of the ones for Skyrim in particular are really funny, but getting this in here. Alright, let's worry about this terrible trio up here. Yeah. So this is a real litmus test for Aaron, and so far he's doing a lot better than Kiran did, although, like I said, all that extra speed is probably helping him. This Worm Slayer guy in particular, I swear, they put a ton of anti-dragon weapons, but exclusively on the Hello. Oh, right, I forgot about you. Did they just drip feed? What is this crap? They're just drip feeding these guys up here. Part of me wishes I brought a Horse Slayer on Tyrannia so that I could just own zone this guy, but I guess that's not happening. Oh, you are flattening my soda pop, although... honestly, I can do this. Gotta take these opportunities where they come up. That's what you get. Dalius is making it rain. And I'm gonna give this to Aaron because I actually really... I needed him to promote, like, yesterday, and it still hasn't happened yet. And I think... yeah, I think I know what I need to do here. Where can I put you that... I can put you right here. Actually, put you right here. Or Jannath can just do the work. I see what you're kidding. Finally, one of those Satori sites paid themselves. And if I'm being honest, well, I couldn't even do that. Just gonna probably undo Tyrannia's last move because I should have really checked combat forecast first because I effectively just wasted his turn. But I'm not gonna worry about that. And I could even... oh, I could just shift if I wanted to. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Yeah, if there's any lessons learned out of this, it might be half-shift sucks. Or I guess Wild Heart sucks might be the more correct phrasing? I don't know. Valencia, I think this is yours? Actually, Braum, why don't you take a crack at it first? Not letting me down. Like to see that. In case you're wondering why Braum is here, it's mainly for shoving people. And the fact that he has, like, 26 defense and can reliably take a hit if I need him to wall. Because, yeah, I haven't used him in forever, and it shows. Keep, what do you got? What do you got? That's annoying, but I can deal with it. Yeah. And do I want to take you with Tabarn or... I want to take you with it. Yeah, that's free. That's great. Always with those low jumps. I might have Chiran move back here because he's probably going to be better served helping out against this paladin that's coming in our general direction. Well, anything else. Keep Janaf transformed because that just makes the most sense to me, and then I could kill one of these guys, but I might just bait the wyverns over instead. Because I don't know why I was able to bait the one unit over, but not the others. And I'll just kind of leave it for the time being. Are you supposed to get these heals going? You're gonna charge me. And no reinforcements yet? Okay. Holy shit, I'm gonna get you right. Okay. Let me, I'm gonna go to intermission real quick. I'm gonna be right back. Just have to use the old facilities. BRB. Alright, I'm back. Let's continue this train wreck. Yeah, I mentioned it before, but I was a little worried that, like, based off deployments, I might have gimped myself a little bit, and I'm definitely feeling that now, because it's like, I guess if, like, Shannon and Geisha were in this group, especially with some of those Swordmasters, I would not be having this problem. I mean, Chiran wouldn't even be here, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Can you leap over and... Okay, you can't leap over and hit an untransformed off. That's good. We're just gonna keep him in the back here for the time being. Because, yeah, he can clear over these bushes pretty fast, so I'm not that worried about it. Rayson untransforms next turn, which is kind of sad, but I don't want to handle this approach, because These guys don't move ever, so what I could do is equip a javelin on Aaron and just kind of send him forward. Yeah, because the problem is that that guy does a lot of damage to me. Normally, I would love to have like a ward staff or something, but this isn't the game for that. Can't expect too much from this, and you know what? I think I can do that. I think I can pick up this kill pretty reliably. Even if I get hit, I can just have a Linseer come back. It's what we like to see. The one thing I do have to be careful of is, like I said, that guy can't really move anywhere, but... Are you gonna be safe if I do this? Yeah, that would be 31, and you've got more than enough to be able to deal with that. My problem is gonna be if, some of this other contingent starts moving over to my position. Because then that would be an issue. These Cavaliers yeah, Aaron's got a pure water, so... I'm gonna have him do this, and then we'll deal with that guy at enemy base. Phew, I kinda got over that much, too. Let's move you over, just so you can keep that line protected. And then I'm gonna move Rayson over here, and then we're gonna... Big River next to nobody. Yeah, because even if there are reinforcements that spawn from our back border, which I think there's still a possibility... You're level 20, Rayson? When did that happen? I mean, I was using him a lot in part 3, but that's kind of wild. I didn't expect him to get that level that quickly. Here, you take that because you really need it. Bit more topping off here. I mean, don't tempt me with, like, extra Heron abilities, because it can get a little stupid if things go our way, but it doesn't seem likely. And what the hell? Why did you have strength of all things? Weird. Anyway. These guys aren't really a problem right now, but... I think at this point I can have people cross this stupid thicket area. And I think with the extra pure water... Okay, that makes that more tolerable. That doesn't fix the problem, but it makes it more tolerable. And he missed anyway, and now he's dead. Yep, Aaron's definitely promoting on this map, although I can't tell if anybody else is going to. Again, I shouldn't be mad about that because, you know, cap stats, yada yada yada. We expected that to happen. You're attacking Serrania? Okay. I mean, I get it. I don't get it, but okay, you're moving up. That is the group I was worried about. Maybe they should have been worried less. I mean, that Sage is probably the hardest part of dealing with this because... Yeah, I mean, I can just take cover here and deal with them that way. The one thing I might have to do is have, to Barn fly back over here is just so I can deal with that, but it's not the biggest threat in the world. In fact, none of these guys are, now that I think about it. That's annoying. Don't copy Aaron when he has all of his stats capped. Oh. Yeah, I can do this. Good job. Actually, wait, is Charlie level 20? No, but... That's still... Okay, that's not good. But... My luck just turned on a dime suddenly, I swear. I must have burned it all up because of, you know, things that happened. Let's see, can you be a deer and fix this problem for me? No, but that's still pretty alright, actually. Provided Peleus can get this, which he can't because he's speed is so low. Okay, and you can... Only one of you can get over here, and I don't think any of you have any crit, so... And I think that's the last of the reinforcements on this map, so we're good. I think I might need to burn it. Now that I think about it, if Valencia can... Yeah, Valencia can two-shot you, so it might be best if I just let her try to deal with these wyvern units. 40 and... 43, right? So... And then minus 22. That's still not something I'm very comfortable with, so... Yeah, I think I'm gonna bait you out, because I can deal with you, just not everything else. Yeah, play with fire over there, but that's okay. Yeah, I'd rather go for the... swords and knives. Yeah, kind of. I mean... In this game, I think it would make Whispers a bit more useful. We're not... we'll get to the alternatives in a bit, but... Might as well go for Rogue and the Reliance here. Yeah, because they use swords in, like, every other game, so... Kind of makes no sense, but Peleus has got to be here. Nice job. Doing good, I think. And we're just, like I said, we're just gonna completely eliminate that problem. Yeah, that's where you basically, like, you need to get the SS rank knife if you want to do anything, and... Yeah, that thing's got a fair amount of uses in memory swords, but... Combat-oriented Whispers just kind of feel like a bit of a... Well, it's an investment sink. It's probably pretty funny, except when they activate Bane on their second hits, but... Yeah. It's a good case for forging weapons, because you could just get, like, a steel knife and shove a ton of extra attack onto it. There we go. I don't really want to use anybody else, because the highest res unit that I left is Laura. I mean, Peleus could probably get that guy. Come to think of it, that might be the best... Yeah, the best thing I can do. These two have maxed out gauges, so... I'm gonna have them get ready to pounce, I think. You have the grass right here. Yo, you got the grass. Wait, did I just... No, I'm not an idiot, thank God. That would have been very, very dumb. thought I did. Until... Really? Okay. Didn't run the numbers on that, but I'll take your word for it. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, but... might still give you the edge. I might have Ron mosey on over here to take a hit or two. Or get a funny disarm rock. I really need to put disarm on a better unit because it's a bit of a lost cause, although honestly, stealing weapons from here on out isn't really all that viable. But I think we've got this sort of control. You're moving that way. You are doing what I thought you would do. It's only 9, really? That leaves you very much... That leaves you very, like, hungry for extra stats, or way too dependent on a low streak. That's what I wanted to have happen. Oh, they all ran that way. Dink. And that is not the end of the reinforcements, okay? I may have moved out too soon, which is one of the reasons I hate this map, but I could just have Tabarn fly back, I guess. I mean, it's an idea. I'm not saying it's a good one. Speaking of ideas, have fun. Again, I'll take it. I wish he would level up magic more often, but how much does he actually have left to gain now that I think about it? I think it's only 1 point, which is very infuriating, but bonus XP can fix that. I'm not worried about it. And I can't use Alencia to go on. They thought of everything, like... You want to use a Pegasus Knight? No, there's a Wind Sage. You want to use a Wyvern guy? Well, too bad, because that enemy that just spawned is a Worm Slayer. Like, they just... It's not a walk in the park. What is a walk in the park is dealing with a Thunder Sage. But, yeah, you're in range of Janelle. Good job. Bit dodgy, but not unworkable. What else is there to really talk about? I guess, well, I thought about streaming on Sunday because it was the 35th anniversary of the series, and also the 20th anniversary of Path of Radiance, which, yeah, go figure, that launch date actually mattered. Actually, meant something, but... And yeah, that's what I thought. It's annoying, but I can manage that. I said that was annoying, but I could manage it, and Geronimo took that as a challenge. Cat. Yeah, cat going cat, because that is... Yeah, we'll just do that. I maybe should have moved, Oh, never mind. I was like, I should have moved Olgi over there, but no, red. And I think that would have stunned or something, too. I forget what the text says on that. Yeah, good luck hitting this buddy. I think one of the reasons I've seen more guides recommend Ulki for this group, and not really talk about Janaf is because of what you're seeing there, like... All the extra leadership stars really make a world of difference, and... I could... Okay. Hear me out. Or, I think this makes more sense. This makes a lot more sense. And you could go for whoever you want, but you're probably going to attack Ryan again. That's fine. Yeah, I don't have anything to use you for, if I'm being honest. Now we gotta worry about over here. And by worry about over here, I mean, like... I could probably, like... I'm thinking... I could use Tabarn's Avoid to start baiting out attacks from over here, because these guys don't move. But you, I think I'm gonna have Peleus bait this guy out, which... I can do this turn if I do something like this. Where... Can you? No, you can't, but Braum can. Because that's outside of his range, but I can have... Wait, did I not? I don't know if I thought that through. I might not have thought that through. Wait, nope, hang on a minute. That tile is safe. I'm gonna have Valencia move away, because I think she's more useful at the bottom of the map dealing with that group that just spawned in. And by extension, you are probably more useful just staying there. Oh yeah, I could even have her give her this if I wanted to, and that's not a bad idea, come to think of it. Yeah, actually, she's really good down here, because that whole group is just food. Speaking of food... Oh, I don't get rid of you, that sucks. Unless I hit a stun, which is a bit... Oh, that's not good. You let me down, girl. Come on. Alright, well, wait, is that safe if that misses for some reason? Yes, it actually is. Yay! Laura gets one! That's totally unnecessary, but I don't care. In fact, if these guys were closer, that would have been kind of risky, because of how that whole group ends up. Actually, that's very bad for Gerania, because most of those guys have weapon shine, but I'm not worried about that right now. Speaking of weapon shining, I think there's a world in which Peleus gets murdered by this guy, but I don't think that's gonna happen. He can take the hit. It's just what comes after that I'm a little worried about. What's your... Do you still have extra resistance? You do. So I think I'm gonna take advantage of that. 17, that's... Well, that missed. Actually, I just recognized what that didn't snap. That bishop's gonna heal that guy. That was a waste of time. Hopefully this isn't. That's, okay, even if he hits, which he did. Look, I know this kid's got shitty luck. I didn't know it would be that bad. Jeez. Yeah, be a pain in my rear. Although I can deal with them on player base, so that's not a problem. In fact, I'm gonna do that first. The longer I let this go on, the more annoying matchup this gets to be. Good job, Aaron. Wait, is that promotion? Oh, hell yeah, that is. I don't know why I expected this sooner. If anything, I probably could have just done this at the base and then saved myself a lot of headaches, but we got there. Lifted his visor a little bit. Oh, we're not getting it. Set. Absolutely badass. That is a very nice stat line, especially for this stage of the game. And the extra resistance is going to help a lot. Uncapped dollar stats, although he's going to cap a lot. He's going to cap all 4 of those stats again pretty soon. It's like, that always happens. You just run. You think you got a good idea, and then suddenly, like, you know, 1%, really? See ya, honey, my goodness. Plus, if I do that, that guy's gonna move in. Don't know if I can afford to do that. Yeah, I think I have to use Tabarn again here, which is annoying, really. Yeah, the boy did his job. I can't complain too much. Which have you been... Oh, short spear, right. This is a little bit dangerous, but I think it'll be okay. Actually, if I do that, then Tyrannia's got weapon triangle, so that's a lot easier to do. Or a lot easier to make work, I should say. And hang on, I just need to... Okay, you can't hit anybody right now, and that's kind of what I want. I'm just getting pulled in 2 different directions, which is really annoying. Part of me wants to bug her out from this side once that Wyvern Lord is dead and just move away, but... Yeah, I have to do that, which... I mean, Pelican's faded him out, but... Damn, what does Tabarn do? Does he go for the eyes there? That's pretty nasty. He already moved, He's gonna have you heal up. Oh, never mind, you don't have a healing item. Good job, kid. I'm proud of you. I can understand his willingness to help, but my goodness. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is sweep through... We're going to go clockwise, and we're just going to sweep through the map and then come up around here, because I haven't even gotten to the boss yet, and I don't really want to think about him right now. I don't want to think about him ever, but I don't want to think about him right now. That'll give me a chance to grab the hidden item that's right here. It is another arm scroll, but I'm not complaining about that. Not convinced. Yeah. It's still slightly irritating that I gotta do this, but... In fact, what I'm gonna do is, there's a world in which I can just strike Aaron over into the middle. Basically using Tabarn as a human warp staff, but... In fact, I think I can do that, because I think he can... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... He would have to go here and then fly away, which I don't think he can do. Plus, this puts someone in range of Mr. Killer Axe Man, and... I mean, he only does 15 damage to Aaron, and he does, like, no damage to Tabarn, so maybe that's the best call, is just... airdrop over, and then we just rely on Uber Beats to do the heavy lifting here, so to speak. Alright, this is probably the turn where it's gonna hurt the most. Although even then, all let's see is if it's so high. expected that, and Toronto didn't even get hit. Probably the benefit of switching to the axe right there. Alright, and yeah, I think we will do this. Just have to be mindful of you, but I think I can do this, back up one tile, and be fine. Yep, and that is the way to handle that. Plus with the save, even without the saving skill, yeah, that would have happened. I don't know if I should be using Tabarn this much, but that is saving me from a lot of potential headaches, so I'm just gonna roll with it. And yeah, we'll deal with this guy last, although that might come to bite me in the ass because it's not the best thing in the world to do. Just shove Palliusly to get over the combat's custody. Still not gonna do anything probably to this crop of enemies unless I wait it out for another enemy phase, but I mean I can do that. It's not like the worst idea. It's up there, but it's still not the worst. I would say I'm never punished, but this stream has definitely taught me that I can absolutely be fucking punished. Yeah, gotta take that. Nice hit. God, you are so close. I almost feel like he's out at this point. I put Paragon on him, and he's not really doing much of anything with it. What is your... Yeah, even silver, that's not easy. I also just recognized I equipped that, which is not a good idea. Yes, Ulti, this is yours. Yeah, it is yours, because you can't really get touched by anybody else. Although I can do that and then shove with Laura. Or have shove Laura with Laura. Because nobody needs to get healed right now, which is perfectly fine by me. And then hopefully... It's kind of what I wanted to see happen. I will promote you, mark my words. Probably not going to get Pallius right now, but he's at the point where I can probably remedy any bad situations with him with bonus XP, so that's fine with me. My Kingdom Turn extra bigger here. I got two guys that are going to have like no health left. And they're not going to run because healing is on the opposite side of the map here. Oh, okay, that was close. Gonna do what I thought. Yeah, nice axe. I got one too. Acceptable. In this this is where we once again rely on just the stupidest strat I could possibly think of. This, yeah, I'm gonna need to see what I can do with Peleus from this point forward, because he's done pretty alright so far, but still, like, there's gonna be I guess there's a couple of opportunities for him to get more kills, but thank God Aaron actually has Javelin equipped and caught ahead there. I think what I'm gonna do is this, because this has gone on for long enough and we're not even done yet. Right, I think I need to have a Luncia rescue you. There we go. Because now that all the reinforcements are gone, I can actually move people forward. Although, Kiran, you're gonna have to run the hard way, buddy. Sorry. Hang on. Sanity check? Perfect. If I was thinking, I would have grabbed Laura instead of, in fact, I'm gonna grab Laura with, Olgi. This means I won't be able to use Laura next turn, but I'm honestly okay with it. Actually, yeah, no, this'll work. She's nowhere near support range, but that's perfectly fine by me. Even with the crit, yeah. The tier 3 promotion stats are just... Yeah, they're really paying. They're really doing the work already. Love to see it. Leave the... Yeah, so I can have you run in and deal with one of these guys if I want you to. Although there's no, like... Yeah. Okay, need to mind your range because it's actually quite substantial. Oh, buddy, I love that, but I don't need that. I do need that, and he's gonna kill Steel by product. Fucking knew it! Scree cock, Actually, what's your luck, like? 26, I think I'm gonna have you work on getting me my arm score. That's your punishment. And then... Yeah, there's no world in which... Well, there actually is a world in which I can give that to a PC, for instance. But I think I'd rather have her drop Piranha to be healed. Or health healers. There's not really a wrong choice here, there's just various shades of Zabron's gonna keep this train going because it's honestly really funny that you could just do this. Although, if I'm being perfectly honest, Rayson might be the unit to drop off first. Actually, I think that's the right call, because he's the most valuable of the group, and there's no sniper here anymore, so this is extremely easy. Stride forward with confidence, my man. Hopefully I don't live to regret this, but we'll see. Yeah, and this is where cavalry is kind of dookie. Well, I think Grom is just trapped up there now that I think about it. I'm gonna see if I can get by with just the units that are down here for the time being, and I think I'm gonna give the Janava a break here. 13, ouch. As long as he doesn't crit or get doubled, and he did not. Let's send Renault at this guy. That seems like a bad idea. Yeah, you have a... Yeah. This bottom round, I think, is definitely the easier approach, even though Silver Poleaxe, Silver Lance... Silence. I guess I should talk about the boss a little bit, since we finally are at the point where I can address the issue. He's got these two guys at the back, which... I mean, if I had brought a thief, then I could maybe see about stealing one of these with a disarm proc, but no matter. Finally get to kick Valtome's ass, although, if I'm being honest, it's not going to be easy to do by any stretch of the imagination. No disarm shenanigans because of that lock, and this Valoratome is pretty spicy. A corruption of very high light magic. A unit hit by it will be poisoned. But only 8 might, so if you have a unit that can withstand the light magic damage, i.e. Olencia, for instance, she actually does pretty well against him. Granted, he still has 25 speed. His defense is a little low, and that's mainly where you're gonna get him, like with most bishops, but he's got the extra void and stuff. He's not that easy of an opponent to take down, although with Tabarn, I guess that kind of goes without saying that also works. The one unit you really don't want to send against him or send up against him is Peleus. Because obviously, with dark magic, Peleus has disadvantage on weapon triangle, and that 38 magic really, really hurts. Especially since Valtome's fast enough to double Peleus. That being said, I think I can combine for a kill here. I've got more than enough people around here anyway to do this. And I can move Aaron forward. By the time that the initial Falcon Knight's dealt with, Tabarn will be done with his whole delivery service mission. And actually, I think I'm just gonna have these guys loop around, at the same time, I think flying across is gonna be a lot faster. Especially if I can do this. Janat's not gonna be... Are you kidding me? Wait, he untransforms and... Oh, that's unfortunate. Gonna have to wait a little bit. Can you rescue Grom, or is he stuck? He's not stuck. Okay. I maybe should have done a little rescue trickery with Kiran, because otherwise this was just not going to go anyway. This will bait this guy out, and then... Can't use Laura to heal unless I have her move up, which is annoying, but I can manage. Oh, yeah, if that crit, that would have been really bad, but I think I have this guy, if I move this guy in, I think I have him blocked. No matter, that's a guaranteed kill. I could have boxed him in, which would have been very funny, but we don't have time for that. I'm already 18 turns in. No snipers left means Olencia can be free here. Oh, hey, that's not worthless, although it might honestly be. I think the Panacea item is the last one of its kind in the game, so it may in fact be useless. Or, well, no, the Laura is the last poison weapon in the game, so that might be useless. Can you fucking bullets? Alright, how am I gonna crack through this front entrance? Well, if I go in melee range, these guys are well placed because there's a lot of overlap, and then there's stuff like these silver poleaxes which don't help. I do know what to do with Tabarn, however. I need him. Probably to come in from the top side, just because otherwise we're not gonna have a fun time. Grayson's gauge is almost back up because it's been taking so long. What's the best way to do this? I go like this, and then fly up the left. A lot easier than going the long way around. And like I said, you guys don't move, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. Unless if these guys suddenly get mad that I, like, violated the NAP, which I've been doing forever, so... support in range, because I haven't been taking as much advantage of it as I want. Never mind. I think Ulki's got to rejoin with right here, although Janap's gauge is closer to full. Still nothing? Am I even on the right tile? I swear it's around there somewhere. Start cutting through this guy. Would've liked the stun proc there. I could have weakened that guy with Pellius now that I think about it, but that's okay. What's your... That's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but that's not good either, especially with... These steel blades are really annoying. I guess I could risk it for the impale here. Plus, if I put Laura here, then I'll have the support. Sure, that's nice. That somehow increases my avoid a knockdown. Okay, now we need to get the let out and kill this guy, but we have options. Oops, juicy. Now that his defense growth now he can actually proc his defense growth again. Anyway, we know this tile is safe, so let's go ahead and try this. Not the... I've seen worse, if I'm being honest. And yeah, the hit, that's our best hit, so let's just go for that. Magnitudes can still miss, it could surprise you. job. That's maybe perfect for bonus XP purposes, but I think for my own individual purposes, ooh, I'm really glad I didn't end in your range, because you are a... Well, I think Aaron can take care of that guy. I was about to say, that guy's a load of... It's a pain in my tushy, but as it turns out, that's not the case. Can have Kiran do cavalry things and just... Wow, okay, this guy either has very high defense, or you're being lazy as hell. Alright, well, we'll have you bashed away at this guy, because I didn't really intend to do any type of, like, enemy abusing here, or abusing the healing units, but please crit me, buddy. After what this chump has put me through, critting would be just remarkable. And you're the only one who hasn't moved on, so I guess I could do it here, but I don't really see the point. I want to keep you with everybody else if possible? There's a world in which he goes for... Either one of these guys goes for Kiran, but both of them can't, so I think we're fine. I could do that as like a just in case, and I might honestly do that. We'll leave that guy alive, even though that's a little bit dangerous. Okay, that guy, none of these guys move at all, because we're combined. So I could use a Lincia to kill this guy, and I maybe should, but I'm so done with this. Going for the eye rake again, okay. It's what I'm imagining he's doing. That is how... Yeah, that's how friggin'... That's how viral and stuff. Don't frick with it. I really want to give him a level. I guess I could, but I don't like that. Well, he only needs chips, so that'll do. It's the first level up I could say is out and out bad that he's got. And even then, I'm not going to complain about, yeah, bad level ups, and then that happens. Yeah, I think you're done. I think you're done. Yeah, there's a lot that I can do with you from this point forward. I'm just gonna rely on the old Vex train to kind of keep that going. You, I think I'm gonna kind of do a bit of hit and run here. I have to be very careful with Olympia now that I think about it, because I don't know what that warrior's range is. In fact, I might have just screwed myself by... I mean, I could move away. Very far away, actually. Let's do this, because I don't know at what point that's going to be a problem. Thankfully, we can do this. And that actually gets me to a promotion. Second one of today, and honestly one that I was expecting. Tyrannia was close enough, and it was like, yeah, you're gonna be pretty useful, so like, what the hell, why not? Decided to take off the helmet, too. Nice. Our second march. Yeah, it's sadly only Meg that gets the really good promotion bonus out of this, but still, that's gonna help kind of propel him forward in the long run. Because I'm just gonna need him to wall a lot, so... Never a bad thing. Lara will actually get no XP out of this, so it's not worth it. Come on, you guys. Get with the program. Oh, I just saw that. So yeah, when Herons get to level 20, they actually get another ability. In this case, it's Sorrow. Bliss raises your allies' biorhythm to maximum, which let's see if it actually really is right now. But Sorrow will lower an enemy's down to the lowest possible value, which not only is it really effective against late-game enemy types, but it effectively entails that you have to put your Heron in melee range of an enemy to use it, which is not good for what I hope are very obvious reasons. Anyway, Laura does get a level up out of this, which is nice. Not a bad one either. Just anything to help improve the range of those physics stabs is going to come in handy. Also, I recognize that I maybe should have stopped playing with my food because I know what that guy's gonna do. Yeah, that's what I want. Still workable, but... And none of these guys around the boss move, which is obnoxious. Because that means I kind of have to pick these guys apart bit by bit, which I don't really want to do. I think I'll run a mental save right here as a just in case, because again, like, repeating anything at this point is just going to be very difficult. Come on, guys. There we go, found it. Good job, Lucia. That is, honestly, like, arm scrolls, if nothing, are an extra 4,000 gold, so I'll take any of those where I can get them. You are doing a really snobby job of this, but I have nothing else that you can really do. Okay, that's... if you were to get 3 stats, I think it probably would have... I think I would have preferred a bit more, but I'll take what I can get out of that one. And then we're gonna give this to Peleus because he won't get anything else out of anything on this map, but we can at least do this. I like what I've seen out of him, but... yeah, I don't want him going near the boss, because like I said before, that's a very bad idea. Although, rather amusingly, Valtome does have dialogue with Peleus, it's just not really worth seeing. If you proc a stun, this opens up a lot. Just saying. You don't have to. You didn't, that's okay. I also have Tabar in a position just right now. The moment that one warrior goes down, I think we just run into everybody. Nice! That's pretty good. Defense and skill, really? I don't even know what his scroll rates are, but I don't remember them being like that. I really like Adachi unit. I actually really like Adachi unit here. Although, I don't know if Valtome moves, so... You know, in any case, it's not like I have any units in his attack range that are necessarily going to have a bad time, so... Yeah. Gotta pry open this tin can somehow. Cats are pretty good at doing that. Well, you're pretty good at doing that. Not having Remote get attacked is a good priority. Although if he does, then although to you do, and I think you're the only one that does. No, you do. Okay. He'll actually live. Although, if Quick Claw procs, that would be kind of funny, but it won't. I could use Fenrir to save this, but I don't like that hit rate. I actually need that Fenrir tome for later, so I need to save that. Because I almost forgot about something, and that would have been very embarrassing if I just used all the Fenrir tome. All the uses of that. I can Hamurn it, because I think Laura has a high enough sync rank. Very much so, but yeah, stay put, kid. Stay put. You did good. Like I said, just thinning these guys out is going to be easier said than done. Forgot that you can use Thunder Tomes as well out of the gate. I will have to keep that in mind for later. Obviously, on this map, it's not very applicable unless you came in with them. But it is worth, I guess, taking note of. And you know what? It's fine. Lunchtime! Oh, you don't just get that's what gonna happen. Plus, there's two bishops, so even if there was some world in which Quick Claw propped, it wasn't gonna matter. Okay, I think whatever I did to get them to move, they're starting to move. I really should have checked resistances, I just remembered. Okay. God, what if this guy's gotta be the shittiest job ever? These guys could wreck us, and you just won't have them move. This is a point where I think... Oh wait, you double this guy? Okay, kid, I see you. I mean, if you want it, take it. Like, don't let me keep you. Although he won't... Yeah, he won't take it. Unless I do this first. Yeah, I'll do that, and then that'll hopefully clear things up. And we're just gonna rely on being a dodgy Mr. Yes. I was about to say, red would be cute there. And yeah, sure enough. Don't even have to ask. Alright, and these guys need to kind of get the lead out. Because there's a world in which I need Janap over here and now, but... yeah, I have a hard time seeing which one of these is better. Kind of what I wanted to see there. And then you can possibly alleviate some pressure here. Not quite, but that's good. God, why is everything this stupid RB fly? This would be a lot easier. And I don't think I'm gonna really bother, if I'm being honest, because... you don't have, like, a short date, I guess I could poke these guys and kind of double up to convert, but... if I advance the line all the way up, then I can have hand axe plus... what is your... okay, you will live permanently. That's good. In fact, I don't think... the fact that Valtome doesn't double Tyrannia means he doesn't double... then I need to do this because of weapon triangles. So keep that in mind. Actually, I don't think he's in range either way, but... let's go ahead and do that. Oh, crap! You're targeting the wrong unit. I mean, nobody... I think... yeah, neither of these guys die from the crossbow, so... let's just kind of commit, I guess? This won't kill, which is annoying, but... I don't have anything else I can really do. Unless I want to have Kiran run in and try for that, but I kind of don't. I don't know what else I'm going to be doing. You don't really bother me. That does, but I don't really have another chance here. I cannot believe I missed it. That is really bad. But I can still make the most of it. Get out of the range of that crossbow. Move up. And yeah, like I need to use the this for weapon triangle. Okay, these three can basically run wherever they want, but 38 to 12. He lives, but I don't know if he lives. I'm ready to do this. I mean, these guys are cooked, but 9 damage crit. Nice job, Haas. He didn't even get healed. What a loser. Anyway, yeah, I could totally do this if I wanted to. Okay. Actually, yeah, you do really well. I could even... Do I actually have a use for Bliss? I just thought of that. It's not the worst idea I ever had. It's up there, but... Actually, if I do that, and then do something like this, where Aaron gets this guy, I can kind of end my turn to the point where only those two bishops are left on the map. And I think I really want to do that. The only problem is, like, yeah, I know how to make this work, but it ain't pretty. At least I get to show this off, because it is, like I said, being able to affect fire rhythm is nifty, but I wouldn't call it anything but that. Power vested in me, go for it. Like I said, there's probably a long line of applicants to kick this guy's ass, but ladies first. Oh, there you are, Queen of Hayseeds. I look forward to scraping you off my immaculate days. More about something. I desire no battle with you. Withdraw your troops immediately. If you do so, no more lives will be lost. Were you touched as well as holy? I offer you the chance to surrender. But you, Vincian, I will only forgive if you beg and crawl and lick the sole of my left boot. I'm sorry that you feel that way. That's how it has to be. May the goddess have mercy on you, that's all. Duel the Fates up in here. Poison sucks, but I can work around it, I guess. Ooh, I don't like that one bit. But at the same time, I don't really have a good option here. Tyrannia can totally kill, anybody that's left here can totally kill Valtome if I want, but if I'm being honest, I think, well, Tabarn's a waste of XP, but he does have dialogue with him. I think Renulf does as well. And yeah, I can kind of sneak that kill in. Same thing goes for Chiran now that I think about it, but I think I would rather have him beat up on these bishops. Because yeah, he will die if he goes up against, if he tries to attack Valtome and misses. God forbid. Getting crit here would suck, but thankfully that didn't happen. Like I said, I'm trying to maximize the XP I get out of this because, like I said, I want Valtome to go for Alencia, but at the same time, if I'm being honest, no, that's kind of hurts my brain. Are you kidding me? Not gonna ruin the mood by not getting an opportunity to play into this guy. Yeah, BMing this guy will absolutely lead to me losing units, but it's really not really there. Or it could lead to me losing a unit. Yeah, I think Valtome also has dialogue with Rayson, which I could realistically initiate because I don't... Yeah, Rayson's resistance is so high that even if he gets doubled, he's not going to take much of any damage. Pallius is nowhere near this guy, so we'll just... This is a dumb decision, but... Especially if these bishops move first, and they did. Hopefully she just 1v1s the queen. Yes, she does. Or, yes, he does. Excuse me. I would like to avoid having him burn those Valorant tournament shots, though, so... Yeah. You weren't even good enough for the stun. Get out of here. Okay, that was funny. I normally just use Tabarn to kill that guy, or like one of my other more minions, but Zelgius. His last thoughts weren't even of me. What an asshole. That's a View kicking in because it's just the best skill ever. And I think these are just kills for I'm gonna do this mainly because it means that I can go into the next map with these guys. I'm not gonna wait around to see if he gets it on the next one after this. Yeah, you're promoting in the base. I could give one of these to Braum, but that would require getting him over there, which is not... It's easier said than done. I swear, I don't know how I've done it. I've gotten, like, True Blade Lucina, or Lucia's off of this map, and I don't really know how I do it. Get a level up for Tyrannia up the road. Not entirely unacceptable. If you were going to get any strength, stat, and HP, I would prefer it be that. Speaking of which, Aaron's not going to level up off of that, but... Like I said, Kiran, this is it, buddy. Take us out. Don't muck this up. Because otherwise Aaron's going to have to do this, and I'm going to feel very sad. Well, and you specifically. Yeah, like I said, this is... Get us out of here. Ooh, wow, just short. But like I said, that'll be a fun thing for later. Whew, that's just what I needed. Queen Alicia, are you hurt? Do you all feel as alive as I do? This is proof that we need a little chaos. Everyone understand that now? Yes, but that doesn't make me fond of war. I know we can't stop, but... I understand, Alicia. Your path is important, too. Leave the rough stuff to us. Excuse you, did you see what that woman just did to Maltome? King Tavarn, thank you. That was some good work you did back there. Tavarn, you're stealing the words right out of my mouth. Okay, just relax. Get it together. I'll go get the others. You just sit down and, catch your Considering he's only the son of Ashen, that scourge of Crimea and butcher of innocence, he is quite the mama's boy. That's one way of putting it. Pallius? Queen Almeida, you shouldn't be out here all by yourself. It's dangerous. Queen Alicia. I was worried when I didn't see you at supper, so I came looking for you. I didn't think anyone in this merry band cared about me. After all, my own son is trying to avoid me. Don't say that. A lot of things have just happened. I'm sure Pallius is just confused, and he'll come around. I hope you're right. Lady Alicia, can I ask you a question? What of your mother? Was she also turned to stone? No. My mother died 3 years ago. Both my mother and my father were killed by King Ashnard. By Ashnard? I'm sorry. Lady Almeida, you were King Ashnard's wife, correct? There was never a formal wedding ceremony, so I suppose some would call me a mistress. But I was the only one he could ever call his wife, and I'm the only one who can be called the mother of his child. King Peleus. Yes, Peleus. We were separated so long, finally having him back was the greatest gift imaginable. Forgive me for asking, but why did King Ashnard suddenly decide to invade Crimea? I want to know why my parents died. Truthfully, I don't know. You were closer to him than anyone. Didn't he say anything? Did he never explain his reasons? The last time I saw Ashnard was long ago, more than 20 years. I'm afraid I don't know many state secrets from after that point. But why? You look so surprised. We had a falling out and ended up living separately. It happens rather a lot, I'm afraid. No, it's just that... Well, you said that King Ashnard had no other wives or children. I just assumed that you always had been by his side. There was always gossip, of course, and I hated it. But I know with absolute certainty, Ashnard had relations with no other woman. And so I said as much. So he did love you, in his own way. Love? Love? Seriously? What's so funny? There was no love between Ashnard and me. There was strong mutual attraction between us, eventually resulting in a child. But all I ever was to him was a source of power. Once I became pregnant, I was useless to him. Bereft of my strength, he found my presence nothing more than an irritating distraction. After Peleus was born, Ashnard became obsessed with the boy. But once he realized Peleus had no special powers, Ashnard rejected him and used him as bait in a cruel trap for my brother. Lady Almeida? It's just that I'm sorry, it was not my place to ask. Where is he? Where is my Peleus? He's the only thing that matters. I can't lose him ever. Please, I beg of you. Bring me my Peleus. Tell him his mother needs him. Hurry, bring me my Peleus. Of course, I'll bring him as soon as I can. Rajan, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Man, I don't blame Valencia for being weirded out. Obviously, if Peleus isn't alive, that conversation is very different, but... we obviously didn't get the turn bonus there, but we did get through it, and I think the units that came out of it promoted or close to promotion. Honestly, I might still bench Kiran, but if I can bring him in, then... This army needs a power boost. We got through it, is the important thing. I figured we would have enough to get through it, but that was very touch and go, and... I did have to reset back there, which I didn't have to redo the chapter, which thank God, but that was rough. I think honestly, before I hit the A button here, I think I think we're gonna end off here because there's a lot of plot stuff coming up, and I don't really want to deal with it. Who is live right now? Out of curiosity.